Hello, everybody. Hi. Thank you, Woody, for the lark, by the way. Thank you. It's me. It's Suoming. I'm back. I'm back with gay lawyers. I thought I would be back with a different game, maybe even art, but no, I'm back with gay lawyers because I really want to see what happens in the rest of the trial. We'll see how far I get. Hopefully I don't get stuck on a puzzle. I don't think I will get stuck on a puzzle because I'm very smart. I'm very inquisitive. But yeah, we're just gonna see where it takes us, see where it leads us. I don't think I'm on the final part of the trial. There's no way. It still feels like only the midpoint of the trial, but I think where we left off, we just called, manager lady. I already forgot her name. Adrian something. Adrian something to the stand. Me and Edgeworth, or rather Phoenix and Edgeworth, did a little combo 1-2 dap up. And called Adrian Andrews. I think that's her name. Yeah, Adrian Andrews to the stand. And now we're probably gonna see what's up with her. See if she's a tricky bitch. See if she's lying. Basically, that's it. All right, let's go. Enough talking around. We're just gonna pop right into it. But yeah, I have been just a little bit busy. Oh, when am I not busy though? Let's be real. I have gotten a new job at Build-A-Bear. I think I've already said it. I think I've already mentioned it in previous streams, but I could be very wrong. But yes, I've got a new job at Build-A-Bear. That takes up some days of my week. Then I'm also drawing. I'm also just rotting in bed because I'm just a little lad who needs to rot in bed for like a little bit. But here I am. I'm back at streaming. Hopefully I stream more. Who knows? Who knows? Well, I do want to stream more, but we'll see what actually happens with me, because God knows I make a lot of promises that I don't fulfill. But let's go. Well, let's go. I hope my mic is on. I hope everything is good in the volume terms. But yeah, I'm bad. But we'll see. Anyways, yes. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian? No way. Not cool. And collected Adrian Andrews? She is your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So, like, after the ceremony during the break, huh? She's so cute. I don't want her to be the murderer, but if she was the murderer, it'd be kinda slay. Not gonna lie. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up. Then, Dude, you're saying it was really her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corda. What if she's not the real killer, though? What if there's like a double fake out? But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of the day. Get me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yeah. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impact as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impact suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it. It's Juan Correa, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Correa. Hang on. I'm multitasking. I ought to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible. But one thing bothers me. What is bothering you, Mia? What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's. It was Edgeworth. It looks like he's still the one in command of the ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Well, Mia. I wish you really didn't have to use Pearl's body, but I get it. I understand. March 22nd, 2:25 p.m. District Court number 3. Hi, Edgeworth. Hi. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court. Subpoenaed. Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corda's room. There she is. She's so cute. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Mattengard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland! The judge was ever a prosecution witness. He'd do all my work for me. Anyways, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim? Yes, I was seeing Mr. Correa. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it's a fry and bait matter? Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. Yo, I just watched a video about noodling, like catfish noodling. It's fucking wild. Like, it's like, for those who don't know, noodling is basically when you use your arm as bait. This is why it's called noodling, I guess, because your arms kind of move like a noodle to get the catfish to bite you. And the way they fucking do it, like, I'm like, that's the fucking technique that only white, redneck Americans probably could have fucking done and found out. Because what do you mean? You just go in there, stick your arm into the catfish, bites you, and then you grab them and you swim all the way up to the catfish surfaces. Like, what the fuck? Like, what happened to some good old, like, worm and bait bullshit? Like, what happened? What happened? Let's see. But I didn't kill him. No one wasn't accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. Me. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Yes, sir. When I found the body. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. And there was his dead body. I was in shock. So in shock that you set the glass down so demurely? Okay. I believe you're lying, but like, whatever. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of Really? That's your first instinct when you see a dead body? You're like, I'm kind of thirsty. I'm gonna get myself some juice. Like, bitch. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes. Sadly, I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of the crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix? She's one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking. So you have to attack when she least expects it. That instant you let up on your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? Yes, ma'am. Okay, so that means we're gonna press everything. I'm gonna save too, though, so I don't have to fucking deal with, like, reading it all over again. Okay. Press it. Gooch, press it. Yeah, and what was Mr. Angar doing all the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Angar did say he was taking a nap. And I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you... Right? I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Angar's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Haha, bitch. And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. The show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Let her be for now. It's not gonna have any proof, she's not gonna talk. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very cackling person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corda. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock. You can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? I poured myself a glass of juice. Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There was no lip marks up on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down. Without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I'd like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corda, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. As we're starting to say just now, we're gonna press it! We're gonna press her! Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that you, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Damn, girl, you clumsy as fuck. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards! It was originally on top of the dresser. Well, when I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell into the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the scene of the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. Looks like another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. gosh, it wasn't that good. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. I don't think there was any contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way is to make her keep on the defensive and not let up. Strong, decisive evidence. And that I went to Juan's room. I will press her on this. Because I had an option to. But I don't think it's gonna lead me anywhere. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon? What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim. I'm sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time. I can't get her to talk about a strong piece of evidence, I guess. Maybe continue now. But just what did you see when you got to his room? I was in shock. I was the one who knocked over the dark case. Flower vase over where it fell into what? Okay. Where it fell over on the guitar case. Okay. What evidence could I possibly have? Did I press this one yet? Juice? Well, spare juice by myself. Exact same scene as in the crime photo. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife on your set, and the target was like this too. Yes, it was open and empty, of course. What do you do next? I don't know. I don't know what I should give. Cause like suicide report, picture taken in the hallway right after the murder. Doc. I was the one who knocked the flower vase over, or it fell in the guitar case. Yeah. God, I don't know. I don't know what I should give, because it's like, what? There's no contradictions. Nothing. Nothing to like possibly give a contradiction at all. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase, which was really big and heavy. I thought I was trying to John's voice. The glass down was holding, and that's when my elbow was new. So I was be mindful to get. What strong, decisive evidence could there be? I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as a crime photo. But you knocked it over there, so I'm just like, okay. I bought myself a glass of juice. I was the one who knocked the flower case. The flower vase over where it fell into the guitar case. There is some. Okay, maybe I present the guitar case because it's only on top of the lid. And she said that the guitar case was already open, so that way it's like that's the contradiction. I don't know. Objection. Fuck it. Okay, cool. So, okay, I guess that was the correct line of thinking, where it's like, oh, you said you knocked it over in the guitar case, right? As it was already open, but there's only water on top of the lid, so like, you're a fucking liar. Okay, cool. I was really guessing in the dark there. Whatever. You testified that you knocked a flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell into the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. Yeah. See, I love when Phoenix Wright does my thinking for me, but only after I have to present the right evidence. That's very true! Furthermore, there's one more strange thing about this guitar case. What is that? Let's take a look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case! Objection! What is your point, Bright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Gah. Yes, that's right. She didn't implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The primary guitar is found in the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however. God, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems there is no deeper meaning to guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more detail of the guitar case? Yes, we do. Because, like, what if she was opening it to, like, look for the suicide note or whatever? Because I feel like, yeah, if somebody was trying to hide a suicide note, bring it with them in the guitar case that they clearly bring everywhere to them. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this. But it is you. Can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along. For now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. You're a liar. You were searching for the suicide note, I bet you. I bet you were searching after you fucking murdered my boy, Juan. Looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyways, I just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Thank you. Fuck you. Using anyways to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Oh, that sprite of yours is handsome, Edgeworth. I don't remember too clearly, they're a bit dazed. Liar. During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clear in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. How did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corda's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think the first thing you would do is to call for help, not opening a guitar case. As the witness has said multiple times when she found a dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. It's not a big deal, the case went ever out now. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you just paid attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not gonna get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. I'm gonna talk to some evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix, we can't afford to let her up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she had a Rikus now, so this is our chance. Yeah, but if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. After I knock the vase over. But there's only Kurita's fingerprints. So you shouldn't have opened it, I guess. Yeah, if there's only Kurita, fuck, that's the wrong button. I didn't want to press that button. Skip it, skip it, skip it. Well, the guitar case was after, right? There's only Kurita's fingerprints on here, so what you mean you opened it? There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victims! Oh. Here, get your sassy little pose. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? But you did— No! I refuse to believe that! Because you were clearly pouring the glass of juice and that has your fingerprints! Bitch! It was like the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. No! I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness wearing gloves seen a crime. That's strange! You're wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yeah, bitch, your wine glass that you left prints on! How? I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ugh. Even if you took your gloves off and you poured yourself the glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange? That you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Yeah. Oh, wait, girl, you just have a spare pair of glasses to go? Shit, how much money you got? Guess you got that 2-for-1 deal at America's Best Eyeglasses or something? Order! Order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the guitar! The bright red guitar was at the studio! Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. Yes, ma'am. What was in the guitar case? What was in the guitar case? Well, not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact on that case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided. No, fuck you. Objection. No, Your Honor, please, recall that Miss Andrews had to testify that the vase fell into the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open the photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to murder. Yeah, we are just objecting right, left and right. If you are so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well... Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in that case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing. You don't mean it's just it was a black guitar? So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, right? I wouldn't say something that I didn't intend to improve. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proved anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? What was inside the case at the murder? I was really hoping that her fucking suicide note was it. But it's not here. Ugh. But that's the only thing I can fucking put. Suicide report, I guess. And why would something like that be inside of a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright, why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. Oh, that's not the right one. Okay, fine, I'll take the hit. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Oh, man. Never bring it out again. What else? Can't the foolish fool get some love? You still need to prove your theory. Can you prove the guitar case was not empty? Let's have what was inside this case at the time of the murder. No, I got this from Power, so it's not that. What the fuck? At the time of the murder. What the fuck could be in here? This clip? No. Why would there be the clipping? The suicide report? Cause we got this. Ugh. I'm gonna. Do I give the magazine clipping? Cause like we got it from Andrews, but it's just. Fuck. Crime photo. Jamming Ninja's button. That was ripped from his costume. Fuck it. Clipping first. Nope. You still think you proved your theory? Let's save here again instead. What could even be in the guitar case? Was it her suicide report? No. The music report did not stop, but what the fuck could be? Guitar case was not empty. What else could be inside your guitar case? What was inside this case at the time of the murder? It's not that, 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 it's not that. Is it this? I don't even know what could be inside here. Is it the press conference ticket? That doesn't sound right. I don't know if that sounds right. There's something else though. I have no idea what could be inside this guitar case. Is it the button that was ripped from his costume though? Is it the knife? Is it the knife? No. What is inside this stupid guitar? We're just gonna go through the whole thing and just figure out what's inside the guitar. I feel like that's gonna be what's happening. Right? Just go through the whole evidence lens until I figure out what's inside this guitar. I'm just like, what? It's not that. It's not. What was inside the case to determine the murder? It's not this. It's not that. The button. This is the button. That's stupid. No, I'm stupid. The radio? No. Nobody knows about the radio besides me. Is it a camera? No. Oh my god. What is inside this stupid guitar case? Dog. It's the nickel samurai. No, that's something Mara gave me. This is not it. This is not it. Not it. Not it. Not it. Gateward Hotel. Clean the crap. Not it. This? Is it the wine glass? Is it the stupid wine glass? No. It's not the wine glass. What the fuck is it? Oh my god. What? What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Is it a person? Did they do some Detective Conan bullshit? Fuck. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Is it the Nickel Samurai? Because is it the Nickel Samurai? Because it's like the costume is inside. I need a moment. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I didn't. Okay. I'm guessing the reasoning is that he took the costume of the Nickel Samurai and shoved it in his case. And that is why we have this photo of the Nickel Samurai coming out of the fucking hallway after the murder, but not a picture of him going inside. I can't fucking believe that. I was like, is it a person? Did they fucking do some Detective Conan bullshit where they just stuff the body inside a bag and then they're gonna transport it that way? No, the answer was more simpler. The answer was a costume, but it's not simple because it took me this long to get to that conclusion. Oh my god. Sometimes I love Ace Attorney, but other times I don't love Ace Attorney because it makes me feel dumb. It makes me feel insane. Just like this. It makes me feel like this game shouldn't exist. Because what do you mean? What do you mean that I gotta present the Nickel Samurai photograph for this moment? I'm gonna kill somebody. This is a photograph. Yes, but what's important is what's in that picture, Your Honor. In this picture. Okay. Okay. Wait, okay. It doesn't take a gene to see what I mean. What I'm proposing is... Inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume! What?! Mr. Wright, explain yourself! Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there to be doing something like that? To hide herself, dummy. That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. And Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you can't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was striving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order. Looks like we wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Just close the door. Oh, my cat just woke up and she has that old man face and she just You're not even two. I don't even think you're two yet. You only turned 1. I think you're like 1.5 years old and you look like an old man. Okay. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer wasn't hiding inside a costume. Well, wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. Matt and Guard's. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was this Nickel Samurai costume doing inside of the guitar case? It was stolen from Guard. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. Guard. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. Engar would be forced to go naked! Maybe you should be stripped naked and wander out for making a mockery of this court. Excuse me? Mr. Engar did not take his costume off at the award ceremony. He testified they took a nap while still wearing his costume. This is not correct. Yeah, I did something like that, didn't he? God damn it. Okay, fine. It was a spare. It was a spare costume. Alright, I forgot. Fine, I forgot. Mr. Engar did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain that the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean that the victim himself had bought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Korda, was a jamming ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai spare costume with him? What could be the reason? Oh, it's for the press conference. And therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sort of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? I'm gonna save, but I'm pretty sure it's for the press conference, because Matt and Gar didn't know about the press conference. Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer, and then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright. This is what I think. The reason the victim brought this Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... the press conference? What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. Engard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press press conference that night. But how can that be? The way I see it, that can only mean one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corda himself. The victim? Yes. The Spare-Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for the very conference. Mr. Corda was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. Oh my god, he's a ruthless celebrity. Fucking identity fraud. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? But why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I am concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corda, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt and Guard. Yes, I guess that is what it would mean, but if that's the case, that's not a confession! That's public disclosure! What, is there a difference? Miss Andrews, I can see why you're pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Miss Andrews! Please offer us an explanation of this! I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on a jamming ninja this year. And if he lost the Grand Prix, he was gonna make sure that Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyways. He was gonna ruin him? Uh-huh. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? Do you know what the secret of Mr. Engard is, Mrs. Andrews? That's something only Juan knows. I don't know what it is. I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone. But that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt after all. Protect Mr. Engard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor. I understand. Protecting Matt! From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi if I was doing the time of the murder. You went from protecting Matt to now just fucking slandering his goddamn name and calling him a murderer? I gotta hydrate for this, cause girl, what the fuck? Bestie, you are... Miss Andrews! You are a woman. A cunning woman. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with the testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Look like somehow everything is swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means that to put my way into this and turn her logic upside down. Protecting Matt. Save. Would you say that your intuition was speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Matt had to call Juan no matter what. Why? So would you say that his need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt and Guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Engard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyways, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was. I know it. Has Mr. Engard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corridor with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Engard, but you still helped out. The person on trial right now is Mr. Engard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means the defendant has the motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? You didn't have an alibi for losing the time of the murder. He was napping! But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Engard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that too was a lie so you could cover Mr. Engard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can never find a flaw with what Miss Andrews said. I can't say the same for some people here in the courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy! My thoughts were from evidence, of course, but the button knife. You didn't call how the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage, blah blah blah. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Good. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyways, the knife doesn't prove a thing! Please fix your testimony! I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. Matt. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads and the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. I heard that too, but why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that! Just because I'm prepared and you're not! God, I thought I had it for sure this time. There's anything to trip her up on. It has to be here, but where and what? Oh, I thought I had to protect him. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? At the worst possible time, too. Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Engard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience for doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corda planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Engard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please, stop slandering this witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? You need strong decisive evidence to make her talk. Girl. What he was doing at the time of the murder, true. Button was thrown off. What? During his fight with Matt. There's a crime photo. But like, why would he tore the photo off? I mean, the button, yeah. And stab him. Button was torn off. I know what his motive was, but I don't really prove him right. If the motive all the friends torn off during his fight with Matt, bears the victim's blood and on guard's fingerprint in the grip. Okay, what's the logic path they want me to go down here? Button was torn off during his fight with Matt. Okay. Did you make that weird little buzz sound? They are found to fit perfectly above his interest. Don't look at me like that. Everything has to be stripped up. It has to be stripped. Where and what? Yeah, I gotta do this. Hang up. The bum was torn off during his fight with Matt. Do I just present the button or something? Suck it. Nope, it's not the button. The button was torn off once during his fight with Matt. I'm next to the victim. I know what his motive was. Why do you ask? What the victim was thinking, helping the victim is none of her concern in case. What? The button was turned off upon during his fight with Matt. Okay, it says that this is the best place to press her, but what do I even press her? Alright. Says it was strangled with a scarf. Is that it? Okay. Okay, I guess it was like strangled with a scarf, because like if he was strangled from the back, I guess it's like why would he go back towards the front to get the knife and all that bullshit? I guess. I'm just guessing here. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This bun has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume. When? After the knife was stabbed into the victims. Exactly! Which means it is impossible that this bun was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order! What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? Good question. What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer has something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with the button? What was it? Clearly to save first before telling my answer. Let's pin the crime on guard. There was only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. On Guard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is... Well, Mr. Wright? Who in the world is the real killer, then? Finally. Can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix. You can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. On Guard is... What if I put this for shits and giggles? Blake. But like you see where I'm going here, right? Like you see my train of thinking that oh hey he's gonna do his thing where he like plans a murder. Yeah, let's just present Adrian Andrew first. Miss Adrian Andrews! I choose you! You are Mr. Corrida's killer! What? Order! Order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Oh, what? How preposterous! You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion of Mr. On Guard, naturally. A knife covering the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Then... What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body, or the killer. However, if Mr. On Guard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Ugh. Another glasses. Jesus Christ, how many pair of glasses have we got through, Dr. Lee? Goddamn! The only person who could have put this button in Mr. On Guard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Oh god, she's kind of serving here. I'm not gonna lie. This pose? Oh girl! Shit, we just crop out the dead body and just crop it right here. Bitch, she's basically the cover of Vogue right here. Can you imagine? Steel Samurai. It's actually sexy Miss Andrews instead. That's a real cunt cover right there. Okay, cunty. The costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? can only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, oh, you're so cute, but you're so distressed. Oh, unfortunate. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found in the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it, or she only got Corey to open it for her. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes indeed, she was a classic day's discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exit the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this I can't read. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Engard. Holy fuck, why was that sentence so hard to read? Who would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. Was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, that's kind of a confession, isn't it? Well, yes. Well, yes. You're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if this testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room. Adrian Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. There is still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done. What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you live this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You've yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Corrida. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we land in the worst possible situation. That's not what I want to hear, Mia. I want you to hear definitive, conclusive answers. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. In defense theory that she is the actual murderer, has not been fully substantiated with the solid definitive proof. But that's not true! In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess?! I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth! I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... I'm snapping my little fingies. My cat is awake though. Give me a second. Oh, I can't believe Edgeworth caught that ball. God bless him. Bless him for realizing the fact that I need to continue this trial for Maya's sake. It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth! What are you? It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but... Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and... I can't help but think how unnatural... Can we finally talk about how fucking unnatural it is to pour yourself a fucking glass of juice? Like... There is nobody in the goddamn planet who, when seeing a dead body, is not gonna either A, scream, or B, just run. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, I'm feeling kind of thirsty. Let me just get a glass of juice for myself so I can sip it while I look at this dead body. It just like, no, that's unnatural. 1, that's stupid. 2, and 3, if you are that person who fucking will drink a glass of juice when you see a dead body, go to therapy. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. Say it. Say it again, Edgeworth. So, my actions were unusual? But I've already... Before you speak, I want to say that you have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor? I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Yeah. Tell me why you poured that fucking glass of juice, bitch. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He's my lover. Thank you very much. The court acknowledges the prosecution requests. Miss Andrews, if you please. When I found the body, that glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked in the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting over and tired looking in the corner. But he's dead! Okay. Okay, Miss Andrews. Okay. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Liar. Pants on fire, but whatever. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour in some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
I think you're lying. I think you're a big fat liar, but okay.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I need to include something so trivial. Liar! Phoenix, please, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? You and your ass bent over the witness stand. Anyways, now that Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I'm about to cross my damn legs. And open them back up. Right over Edgeworth's head. But also I'm saving because, God, Miss Adrian Andrews, you are a piece of work. Made me do this much work. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little bit longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, right? Be quiet and listen. Alright, fuck you. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Surprised when I walked into the room and saw that messy state. Why? So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because you're a fight with Mr. Corda? I understand your frustration not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of some crimes, go find yourself some evidence. Grr. And then what did you see next, witness? Ron was sitting over there, slumped in the corner. Slumped over. Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. Knees shaking, palms sweaty, mom spaghetti. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me or did that right there sound a little odd? When I saw something like that, I thought he was dead and it crossed my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. I then felt tired after his rampage, so I decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
I think you're a liar.
To be honest, I thought he just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe I got into a fight with someone. That's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan already has a glass of tomato juice to drink. Why do you know this? Why do you know this? Hello? Why do you know such intimate details about Juan Corda? Like... You're Ungar's manager. Well, actually, no, you were his manager too, right? Or... I'm already forgetting my fucking details because it's been so damn long. Whatever. So that's when I knocked the fire base over. How did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So as I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides. And Adrian's letting her guard down. She is. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh, Miss Andrews? Will you tell us the truth this time? About that glass of juice? Okay. But where the knife came from then? So was it this one or the second one that I'm supposed to... Okay, I think that was the first one. And what did crush in mine? But he had a fucking... What do you mean he was just being stumped over? He's... What? I thought like maybe I could... Okay, do I give her the knife? Be like, hey, why the knife here? Bumped over and tried to look in the corner. I thought he just fainted or something, so I went to pour him the juice. on, he was slumped over. Oh, he was sleeping. Wait, that sound odd. Why does it sound odd, Phoenix? Why? Wait, fair. I thought he just fainted or something, so I wanted to pour some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I'm gonna find someone. Oh. That's when I knocked the flower vase over. How did you come to realize? Sure. But the knife. The knife. It has to. The knife. It was stuck in. You would have saw the knife, wouldn't you? It has to be the knife somehow. I feel like it has to be the knife. As he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower case over. No. What? That's when when I realized he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower case over. But found next to the victim, it is found bears Andrew's fingerprints. Be honest, I was fainting something with the partial juice. Okay, it's giving me a hint that it's like, this is strange. It really looked like he was just sleeping. Photos of one guard murder at the crime scene. Do I present this instead? Because it says he was stabbed with a knife? Nope. Oh my god. It's gonna be something so obvious, I'm gonna die when I realize what it is. A glass of juice in my car episode. And what did cross your mind? It's one to pour some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but maybe. The glass of tomato juice when he wakes up. That's when I realized he was dead. How did you come to realize he was in fact dead? I should go over but never got a response. Hey, yo, chat. If anyone knows the fucking answer to this one. Set the glass down, try to take his pose. I was shocked and I staggered backwards. Now the flowers race over. Oh my god, what could it be? He was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. He's already dead. It's not any of this. It has to be something. But I don't know what connection they're trying to make me make. Cause found next to the victim, fills with tomato juice. Bears Andrew's fingerprints. Thought he was dead, didn't cross my mind. That is bloody. think the fact's over, Your Honor, but this is hard. He was saying slumped over and started looking in the corner, but he's bloody! He's bloody, isn't it? He's covered in blood or whatever the fuck. Doc, what the fuck is the answer? Oh, farewell, my turnabout. Fine, I guess I'll look at the fucking wiki. Oh, well, I'll look at a goddamn guy. Farewell, my turnabout. Walk through. It has no. I think. Are you fucking kidding me? So it is what I'm thinking. It is what I thought it was. I thought it did. Why doesn't it work? Oh my god! It was the right answer. It just okay. Sure. I just didn't press on the right statement. Fuck me, dog. Fuck me in my hole. So I wasn't dumb. I just didn't press it on the right statement because the fucking game is really specific on what statements to press it on, but okay. You know what? I'm not gonna count that as me giving up and looking at the walkthrough because I had the right idea. I just didn't press on the right statement. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Yeah, right? The fucking knife and everything. Like, what the fuck do you mean you didn't think he was dead? The bitch is dead. Even I can fucking tell that he was dead. What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corda's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would immediately thought that here was a dead man. Yeah, because unless you stuck the knife in yourself. Bitch. Well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour themselves a drink. Your point is... Miss Andrews, your testimony just now. It was all just one giant lie. Womp womp. Ugh. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. Yeah, get her, Phoenix. No! I can't really scream right now. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Mattengard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible! You're wrong! Miss Andrews, stay out of composure! It wasn't me, I tell you! It was Matt, I swear! He's the one who killed Juan! But you were the one who refused to testify! And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself! That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Bitch. There is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Mattengard's incident has clearly been demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually, the real killer confesses his or her guilt. Now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Mattengard. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass on a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness? Do you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Mangar will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? She lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrew lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word. No matter what happens, if you do, Matt and Gar will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them. And what should we do? This is the first time I come across anything like this. Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That's our only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please, someone. Help me. Phoenix? Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this, so I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right? I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what they should not do. Think about who the real mastermind is behind this case. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except that woman crying over there, right? Come now, what would you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix, right?
You're gonna force Miss Andrews to testify.
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews! I would like to know what you are really hiding. Yeah.
Tell me now, baby.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Nope. Sure, Mr. Ungar would get an acquittal, but in his place you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet, how dare you? You're trying to trick me. Alright, bitch, be guilty then, the fuck? I'm giving you grace right now. Take it, or leave it. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth, however, it's clear that the defense theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Oh, is he gonna show the fact that he attempted suicide? You can't see it right now, but what the chat box is covering is that it says that the witness has an illness. Jesus Christ, Edgeworth. Okay. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. You're not even pulling the stops. Edgeworth. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What would you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please Please stop! I beg you! If people find out! People find out! How? If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Damn! Damn, Edgeworth! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. Oh! Can you pull the truth from these lips, baby? My lower lips? No matter what I have to do. Damn, you are stone cold. So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Neither is fine with me. I'll talk. Please. Help me. Okay. I'll help you, baby girl, don't you worry! You're too cute to die! Help is on the way, dearie! Help is on the way! When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using Nickel Samurai's costume. What was inconvenience, baby girl? Stab the body with the knife? But why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but... I got time, baby. I got time to say the truth. This is the truth. The will killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. Damn. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Damn. Last time? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corda, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt and guards for the murder. And this is her crime. What? How is that possible? No, you tell me, Phoenix. I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? God, that's what we want it to be. Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence your cross-examination. Okay. I really thought he had fainted on his. I fucking don't believe you on that, but sure, whatever. But you could tell from the state of the room and that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that is part of a Jammy Ninja costume, so... I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's biggest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him from good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. Let's press this one. So that you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over. Oops. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him, and that they did. That they did, sister. You did that right. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body and ripped off the button. Yeah, you're being tricky. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. When I stabbed Juan's body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you got to rip off one of the buttons and then plant it Mr. On-Guard Sakama. Yes, that's what I planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. That's why I ended up using Nico Samurai's costume. I don't want to concede this is what brings up the truth. Sorry, Phoenix. No, please don't apologize to me. We're both taken by surprise. Still, I'm sorry. What was the inconvenience again? I did not pay attention. Convenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also one with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Holdback for you! I'd already been caught and made it into the big scoop of a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. So I ended up using Nico Samurai costume. You were the one who prepared that costume, didn't you? Yes, I took it from the Global Studios. I also put in Juan's guitar case a day before the award ceremony. You did it in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume for a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt Big's secret there. And what is this secret? That? I don't know. Anyways, I thought if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nico Samurai's costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we heard enough. So after that you went back to Matt and Guard's room and planted the button? Into Matt Sakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out into the hotel and got rid of it. Oh boy, you are not giving me much to work with, girl. My word, what does this all mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt and Guard. Yesterday, that one prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice to believe in her words. I think you're lying. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain that she is not the real killer. I refuse! Wait, Your Honor! The defense still... Right? It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Mrs. Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please, let it go, Mr. Wright. But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today. Well... Goodbye, Maya! Oh, you're so depressed. Today's trial, it's over. I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose it must have unconsciously slipped into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card, if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Huh? Oh, สีขาวเหรอ? Okay. Sorry about that. My brother just wanted to tell me that he saw a kitten outside, and I was like, oh, is it this kitten? And he was like, yeah, it's that kitten. We have a kitten outside my house that likes to hide under my car before I go to work. And it's literally tiny, but every time I try to get it, it always runs behind the freezer we have outside our house. So we can never catch it. Next time, I think I don't want to mess with it either because the mom's right there. Yeah, the mama is like, she also is frequenting our house, so it's just like, okay. Well, if you're here, kitten's probably cared for, but it's like, you know, next time we see it, we'll probably do something about it for real. It's just like, alright, you need to. You can't stay here under my car. Okay, Edgeworth. Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? Where are we again? This! I can't believe you did this for me for all this time! I didn't mean to! What is this all about? I've never seen Edward so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Yeah, what does it mean, Edgeworth? To be continued. Save my progress up to this point, please. Thank you. Now let's continue. Because I can. Oh, no. Brian Cole Law Offices. Mystic Maya! What was her voice again? I do not have the energy to do. I know her voice. I don't have the energy to do it right now though, so we're just gonna give her a normal voice. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. But look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition we had was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept to his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. Angara has been given a guilty sentence yet. You are clinging to a prayer right now. But you know what? I'll take it. Stop crying. Cheer up! We don't have to stand around. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So... Hey! You guys! Glad I caught you, pal! Mr. Scruffy Detective! Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal! We're kind of busy right now. Tell me more. Tell me what you got to tell me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? How that? What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday! What are you talking about? You don't have another payday! I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work out here at your place, pal! No. I can barely feed my 2 daughters. Well, one right now because mine got kidnapped and you're wanting to work here too? I can't feed you. I ain't got no money. I barely have enough money to feed myself. Okay, we're not gonna add a 4th mouth to the 3 mouths that's already hungry and waiting. Say what? You'll be searching for things that would prove Mr. Angara's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching other people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meal, pals. I'll take care of it all. Oh, you are a catch. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? It's the noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? Yo, does that mean you can cook, Phoenix? Can you make curry? Are you wife material? Are you male wife material, Phoenix? That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. Yeah, that was cold! That was... that was a little stone cold, not gonna lie. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth? Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was something strange in the testimony itself, but I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to, no, I mean almost need to frame Mr. Engard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se, it just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Ugh, I got hiccups now! Or that's what Mr. Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick! Even that one prosecutor was better than that! Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... well, she was shot in the shoulder, just like her papa. So she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you gonna visit her, pal? No, well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey! You've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death, not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for if you want to let her whip you for a bit, pal.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick.
Let's not. No, I'm definitely not going. Let's see, the name of the hospital. Oh yeah! She went to the fucking botched-ass Dr. Miami clinic? Okay, the Hottie clinic. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess I can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Do you have anything to say about any of this? You're so sad. Let's go to the Hottie clinic. Ha 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 Hottie. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Dr. Hottie. Edgeworth! Are you here to get a BBL? Some face fillers? Some lip fillers? Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. What is it? Director? Franziska? How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Because, you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. And that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. It doesn't look like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes, but I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gun after all. And then when I snuck up and heard a real secret like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. But she's really cute too. When I do that, she whipped me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Franziska. Okay, yes, it's time for my AV drops. Yes. What are these tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I knew I shouldn't have come here.
Tulips is for you, actually, because I'm nice.
I was shot from the coursehouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. Where? I even had full intention of running the trial this morning.
But that would have been too much for you.
There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you get your guilty verdict on Mr. Engard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All of Mrs. hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective. To find Engard guilty of murder. The end justifies the mean, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma. Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Engard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself! All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So, if you'll excuse me.
What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Hi, Edgy Poo. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That wasn't like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. Why? Just say she's depressed. We can just say she's depressed. I get this game is really old, but we can just say she has depression. It's okay. And anxiety. And probably other mental illnesses that I can't recall about her right now. You could have made her testify as many times as you want, but it's go that far. But she wouldn't testify about that until it said something. Listen, right. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. And what about the card? By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Yeah, your eyes were bulging out. Look ready to, fucking hit the desk or something. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Give it to me! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you held this from me all this time! We already seen this. That card? What in the world is it? You mean this?
It's a seashell.
Listen, right. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly, the killer. The killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? Picture card adds to the court record. So, who is Shelly the killer? The killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins.
Long-standing?
The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelly is the professional name of the third heir to the killer name. So, because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims.
Why would he do something like that?
We think it is part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured that it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seemed that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassin exists. I don't know about that. So, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree?
Shelly the killer, huh?
I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Yeah, he already talked about the killer, so we're gonna tell him about the Maya. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow.
Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to...
Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth! I don't need your pity!
The girlies are fighting!
The girlies are fighting!
Mr. Nick?
There's no way you can find her. We don't have even a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen. You need to know something. Juan Corda was killed by Shelly the killer. And the client who ordered the job is Mangard, your own client. Stop! I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this. What is it?
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we're looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the killer. But if you take us with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. Allows the bearer to freely investigate the crime scene.
Wow.
In any case, I must attend to the preparation for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Mr. Do you think Mr. Engard hired an assassin?
No way! I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock.
Yeah! I guess not.
Maya, please. All I ask is that you make it home, safe and sound.
Hey, I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. Even though he said he was an assassin. I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does everything with it in court. Anyways, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around.
I guess I'll just move. What the fuck?
What is this place?
Ooh, this theme though, I think it's already played before, but it's real groovy. I like it. I'm gonna drink a sip of water though.
I got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there?
Well, I'll worry about that for later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them the sis and maybe get out of here. Wait. Hey, yo, teddy bear? That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Oh, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. Maybe some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on this. Is she the killer? No, she's dead. There's a framed picture sitting on his coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." Bet this could be a clue. Oh hey, it's a computer. I never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. It goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? The killer. No. No. And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. What's an antenna doing here? Locked, of course. It doesn't look like I can use this car to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. Well, I was a little skinnier. Then maybe I'd be able to crawl through here. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Oh, I have to deal with the creepy sprite again. Yeah! It seems that your Mr. Right is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean... Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? The dead! I'm almost certain I told you in our first meeting, I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick!
Mr. Nick?
Oh, yes, Prowse? I'm caught up in my thoughts about my situation.
Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know?
I guess for now, I have no choice to believe in Mr. Engard. But I think let's listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too.
Okay.
We gotta go to the police. Police. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Oh, I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh, yeah. There's a message for you. A message? It's from Vanguard. Here you are. What did he write? Is it something really important? Oh no. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer, dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? I gotta feed Shu? This is terrible! Let's hurry! We have to feed his cat! I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. The client's request is a request. I guess I should go check out on his cat. Is Shelly the killer? Like, is the room that Maya's in Matt and Guard's house? Alright now, Mr. Nick, let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. You shall not pass. This old bag. Don't devalue my name and turn into a gas, you spiky-headed petty frogger! Because of you, I haven't made look like the bad guy again! Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. But it really was something much more valuable. I wanted Edgy's true heart. I wanted it all for me. It's all your fault. You awakened the wild beast out of old bag. This old bag. Keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. You're going to have to defeat me when I get by. I'm not hearing this. Yeah, we gotta... Right. Living room! There it is. I gotta feed Shu first. I'm sure it's dark. I'll go turn on a light. Huh. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Ned, let's go find Shu, the kitty cat. Meow. You're so adorable. Oh, fuck. This makes me think of the kitten outside. 30 more minutes and I will go check on the kitten. Oh, lovely cat. Hello, Shu. The cat seems to like pearls. Shu, can you tell me whether or not your owner is guilty? Pardon me. It's the killer! May I help you with something, Mr. Oh, we're lawyers, actually. I'm Mr. Engard's lawyer. The Master's... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. It's nice to meet you. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Engard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. Well, typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served in this residence? Well, sir, I would have to maybe say about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for- okay. You know, I would have thought Mr. Engard the Kite to have a maid over a butler. That's a very cute cat you got over there! It is my duty to take care of him. The master's rather fancies shoes. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished. A master at law. There is also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here.
That's actually a fireplace.
How are they different, Mr. Nick?
You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it.
You should come and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do. A giant bicycle is flying through the air.
That bicycle pearls is one where you don't have to pedal, and it moves on its own.
Really?
But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly.
Oh, that's too bad.
I thought this little frayed piece of carpet was shoe.
There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick.
I bet it's for Mr. Engard's cat to use.
Oh, you mean shoe?
Door is not tight. Well, I guess that's to keep those people like me from entering it. There's a door over here. What has put me in feeling fear today? There are masks here. Yeah, that one in the middle is Steel Samurai. That one next to that are the Pink Princess and Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-O Tokyo.
Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that Sheldon kid. You can do both. Is that everything? I think so, yeah. Okay. I think, however, I think this is a good enough point to leave off on. We don't, it's low, well, not low stakes, but medium stakes right now at this point in time. So we are gonna hop off for now. I won't do a raid because there's not really much to talk about. But now I'm just lazy. Thank you so much for coming today and just stopping by and just listening to me be stupid and play Ace Attorney. I really do like this game. I don't forgive them for fucking making me, for telling me I'm wrong for just because I presented the evidence at the wrong statement, but that's fine. That's whatever. That's Ace Attorney. I'm used to it now. Just a little bit. But thank you so much for coming. I will hopefully I might stream tomorrow. Who knows? For now, bye bye.